The idea of cities has become this concept of a concrete jungle. Now, with the increase in urbanization, we see that more and more cities, like smaller cities and towns, are also striving to be big cities, and big cities themselves are becoming more and more populated with people and concrete. I recently came across these photographs of a smart city that's being built in the state of Gujarat in India called Dholera. Dholera is striving to be one of the world-class cities, and I would love to visit it one day. Like the photographs that I've seen, like it looks like a pretty cool like world-class city or smart city. But do I really wanna go and live there or settle there? I'm not sure about that. I agree that it's great for our country and it's a symbol for where India has come over the years. But who even defined this symbol of growth and GDP of a country? It's a created symbol by our society and our world. Do I want that everyone in our country should be getting basic amenities like food and water and shelter? Yes, of course I want that. And do I want that everybody in our country should be living a comfortable life? Of course, like that's basic amenities, and we should be able to provide that for our people. But does that comfortable lifestyle mean that we need to live in small apartments in skyscrapers? I'm not too sure about that. And does that mean that we need to live in a house exactly like my neighbor's house on a street which looks very monotonous? I don't know. I don't think I would want to live like that. Do we really want our cities to be this concrete jungle where wherever we look we see roads and highways and buildings and factories and railroads, metro lines, I mean, etc., etc., etc. There's so many things that we look at, but like cities have become this place of just, I mean, even when I'm walking on a street and I look up, instead of like having like a canopy of trees, which sometimes, yes, there are canopy of trees, but I'm just saying that many times you're just like looking up and you see sky, but you're also seeing buildings and buildings on the side. And I don't know if that's the way to look. I mean, even when we're outside, it feels like we're inside. So recently my friend actually sent me a clipped photograph of her working in Bombay and the view outside, and it was just buildings, and she was telling me like we both lived in a place where there were a lot of trees and not greenery around, and she was like, I'm really missing being there again because this is horrible. Even when we try to incorporate nature in our planned cities, they're still very structured and very monotonous. Do we even want our cities to be that structured and monotonous, or do we want them to be more free-flowing and freely growing cities which just flow and grow like nature? Wherever we are in the world, no matter how rich or poor, no matter tall, short, wide, narrow our houses are, we're all living in between four walls. And interestingly enough, so are prisoners. So that's something to think about. All jail cells are also made of the same four walls that all the other structures and buildings are made of. One of the worst punishments is to be in solitary confinement, and it says that solitary confinement can lead to increased paranoia, anxiety, depression, delusions, hallucinations, suicidal thoughts, and PTSD. So I was just wondering if a similar thing would happen if somebody was put in solitary confinement out in the nature. And then I realized, I was just thinking about it, but like even the people who go to the Himalayas, to like the Babas and all the like Pochawa people, they go to the Himalayas to meditate, and that's where like when they are in solitary confinement outside in nature, that's when they're able to go inside and learn about themselves. So I thought that was an interesting thing. Okay, so I'll just read out this quote from Nelson Mandela, said in his autobiography, The Long Walk to Freedom. He said, I found solitary confinement the most forbidding aspect of prison life. There's no end and no beginning. There's only one's mind which can begin to play tricks. Was that a dream or did it really happen? One begins to question everything. I feel like we all experienced some parts of this during the pandemic. I mean, at least I did. I mean, I really don't know where the 2 years went, man. I mean, they're just such a blur. And I was, for 2 months, like the first lockdown for 2 months, I was in Mumbai with my grandparents. And because they're at high risk for COVID, I didn't get out of the house for 2 months. Not even for groceries. Mind you, this was in Mumbai, in a skyscraper apartment with no balconies, only like the grilled windows. So like there were grills on the windows, and I used to dangle my feet and hands out of the grill and just stare at the sky for hours and hours on end. I was so jealous of everyone who was walking outside because I was like, I want to be that person, I want to be out. But yeah, I'm making it sound that bad. I know there were people who had it much worse. I cannot imagine how people were literally living in solitary confinement. I don't know how they managed. I don't think I could have done it. And I just wanted to be in nature. I used to stare at the sea and the clouds and the birds. There were so many birds during COVID when nobody was out there. I just love being in nature, getting wet in the rain, walking on grass, lying down on grass. I just feel so much love, and like I just feel so much energy just by like feeling the raindrops fall on my hands. I feel like, oh, I got energy. When you just feel nature and you breathe it in and you touch it and you hug a tree. I know people think I'm weird and quirky, and maybe some people think it's cute too, but I love hugging trees. I've always hugged trees since I was a kid, and I encourage you to go and hug trees because it's so wonderful. I actually made a few people hug trees, and they always end up telling me things like, oh, it was wonderful, like there's so much energy like that you feel from the tree. Some people think it's silly, like it's almost like hugging a person. So like try it. Actually, I'm gonna give you this exercise. Try hugging a pillow or a stuffed toy or any object, anything, and then try hugging a tree. I promise you, it's gonna feel like you're like, if you don't think of like, oh, it's dirty or it's this or that, don't think of anything, just hug it like, oh my god, this is my friend and this is a tree and like I can talk to it. And like I start talking like that to trees, I'm like, oh, you're growing and you're gonna grow and you could be a big tree. And we all know that helps, that's scientifically proven that if you say good words of affirmation to trees, they grow better. So I like promote that, and try this out and comment down below what you think about it, because I'm telling you, it's gonna make a difference. I don't know how many of you do this. Please tell me if you do this, because in my life I feel like I'm the one who's telling people to go hug trees. But yeah, there are many benefits of just being in nature. It improves mood, it reduces stress and anger, it increases confidence, self-esteem, concentration, memory, and vitamin D, of course. And it makes you happier and more active. It strengthens your immune system. It reduces loneliness and depression. It soothes and restores your body, and you age a little less painfully, and who wouldn't want that, right? And as I was saying, walking barefoot on grass actually has a lot of benefits, and if like everybody should do it like in the mornings, like just go and walk barefoot. You go for a jog, right? But just go without shoes. So the benefits of walking on grass barefoot: it helps regulate your nervous system, it improves eyes, it helps in grounding and insomnia, it reduces inflammation, it regulates heartbeat, and is great for your mental well-being in general. Nature for me is universe. It is literally the source of energy. It's from where everything grows and everything goes back to, and we are part of it. We are nature and we have that energy. We just forget that sometimes. We just have to connect back to it. So I say to you and to myself, because I needed to, just get out there, just connect back to who you truly are. Like just go out there, go for runs, go for like a jog or a trekking, hiking, go kayaking if you have a river. Just go dance at the lake, go and like stare at birds flying around, just watch the sky, just lie down on the grass or like just walk on the grass barefoot and just be aware and mindful of everything you're doing. Feel the different textures and feel the energy and just breathe, smells, look at the different smells. Just be aware of the beauty around you. How does it even exist? Especially all the city folks, okay, who are just stressing and working. I urge you to just go out there today and go out now if you can. For 5 minutes, step out and just experience nature. Truly and consciously experience nature. Be aware of every step, every breath, and every feeling you get, and that kind of time. So, to all the people who stuck to here and have listened to my blabbers, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I was able to give you at least a seed of thought for you to like think about. Really let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really want it to be like a discussion platform, and thank you so much for watching. I don't know, subscribe if you like me, but like the video if you liked it. Comment down below. I really want to hear back from you. But yeah, like this video or subscribe if you liked it. It's your choice. You don't have to comment also. I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Thank you for watching.